Over 90% of people don't develop their thinking skills. I was one of them too. Here are 3 principles that will make you a better thinker immediately. Most people aren't aware that you can develop your thinking skills. This skill allows us to take a step back and know what we need to do. With great thinking, you produce great ideas and come up with great solutions. You can develop your thinking skills in 3 ways. Motivate your brain to produce more ideas, control your information diet, and give space to your creative brain. Motivate your brain to produce more ideas. Our brain doesn't need any rituals to produce ideas. It happens naturally throughout the day. Trying to label your creativity, trying to condense it into a box, will only hurt you in the long run. Creativity is fickle. There are no quotas. You can't boss around your inner creativity. Let it come naturally to you throughout the day. I noticed a pattern that if we are constantly suppressing our creativity in dependencies of not having enough time, we are subconsciously telling our brains that our creativity is useless. When it comes to training your creativity, it must be done in reverse. Instead of forcing your mind to produce something, you need to train your brain like a puppy. You train a puppy by reinforcing good behavior. What do I mean by this? Good behavior for your brain is when it generates an idea. When you get an idea, lock onto it, acknowledge it, and write it down. This motivates your brain to produce more and more ideas. If you think you'll remember something, chances are you won't. It's always better to write it down than to leave it to chance with your memory. I can't stress enough the importance of having a notebook. As cool as it feels to have a physical notebook, the efficiency of taking your notes on your phone is unmatched. Taking notes also signals to your brain that generating ideas is good. You train your brain like a puppy by reinforcing good behavior. Personally, I use Notion for this, and this is what my usual page looks like throughout the week. I collect everything that pops into my head throughout the week. I always have my phone at the ready. This can be anything from the project ideas, artwork ideas, quotes that got me interested, summaries from articles, videos, or books. I do this throughout the week, and on Sunday I sort everything out. Some of them go into trash, some of them are fine, and some of them are good to go from the start. By doing this, I'm not relying on my memory for storing my ideas. When I'm not relying on my memory to store ideas, I have more bandwidth to pursue my curiosities. And by storing your ideas, you subconsciously indicate to your brain that idea generation equates good, and when good equates you feel good. Control your information diet. Information and content are fuel to your creativity, but it's important to control what and how much you consume. Overstimulating with content leaves you numb to creation yourself. Don't consume more than you have to. When you have access to Alexandria's library at your fingertips, it's crucial to filter unnecessary information. Only consume what is relevant to you and your goals. And make sure that it's high quality information. Be curious and ask questions. Make a point of searching for content that inspires you and gets you going. It can be anything, even not art related. For me, it can be a myriad of things, whether I want to be inspired, educated, or relaxed. Most of them come from YouTube, books, newsletters, and Medium. Train to engage the creative part of your brain. This correlates with the 2 points I've touched on previously. By giving feedback to your brain, you stimulate your brain to be more creative. You tell the right side of your brain to be more active. However, to make the right side of the brain more active, you must give it more space. You need periods of rest to let your creative brain produce ideas. That's how the term shower thoughts became a thing. Creativity struggles to bloom when you force yourself to be busy all the time. As a creative person, you need to have blocks of rest, where you allow your mind to process things you have collected throughout the day and make sense of the content you've just consumed. If we constantly force ourselves to be busy, if we don't allow ourselves to get bored, it means we are never giving our brains space to be creative. A simple 10-minute walk in the morning and a longer 30 to 60-minute walk in the afternoon or evening is now a staple of my daily routine. I was skeptical at first, but now I will show anyone to take a break and go for a walk. Besides the myriad of benefits, which include better mood, increased energy, better sleep, walking is also amazing for getting inspired. The main rule is to not have an agenda when you walk, besides relaxation of course. Let ideas come naturally. Have no agenda and focus on the present moment. Soak in your environment. Listen to the sounds. Feel the sun or the air on your skin. All that it does is that it releases your creative juices. You tune in with your curiosity. You can also listen to inspirational content during the walk to stimulate even more ideas. Throw on a YouTube video or an audiobook. We both know that you stare at your phone when you're walking, so might as well make it work in your favor. To summarize, to become a better thinker, don't force your creativity, not your ideas. Don't be busy all the time. Control your information diet. Consume high quality content, have periods of rest throughout the day, and take a walk. If you have found this helpful, leave a comment and consider liking and subscribing. Pick up the pen and start drawing. Bye!